Ombré Nomad clones by Louis Vuitton. So I got like 5 alternatives for Ombré Nomad by Louis Vuitton. My first one is probably going to be the cheapest, and you can actually find this from Jumma Shop. I think they're selling this for about, I think what, around 20 bucks or less. So this is the box. This is called Apatome Ombré Nomad by Emperor. You see, the bottle looks like this. Very nice looking bottle. Very sophisticated, very nice smelling. This one is a dupe of Ombré Nomad by Louis Vuitton. This one is by Emperor. It's a new fragrance line. But yeah, this one is very nice, to be honest. I like it. This one is very captivating, to be honest. It has some kind of a smoky notes to it. This one has argwood, which is oud. This one has birch, geranium, and different kinds of amber wood notes. It has raspberry and saffron and rose and incense and stuff like that. But yeah, you can kind of see how the bottle is. Very nice. This one is probably the more synthetic smelling one out of the bunch. Yeah, the opening is kind of on the synthetic side, kind of a little bit mild harsh, but once it dries down for about a couple of minutes, it'll turn into something very nice. And yeah, Jumma Shop sells this. I've been looking at these Apatome brands. I think they have one by Louis Vuitton Imagination, cloning that one, and then I have another one that is cloning the City of Stars by Louis Vuitton. But yeah, this is pretty good for it to be that cheap. I will probably rate this about a 6.5. You know, because I got better ones to show you. So 6.5 out of 10. But for the price, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Let me see this one. Let me see what's the next one that I want to try. I'm going to go with Alcorn Gold by Lattafa. So Alcorn Gold by Lattafa. This is another alternative for Louis Vuitton Nomad. This one is actually pretty nice. I have picked this one up from Burlington's. I believe I paid about, I believe it was around $20 or something like that. I can't really remember, but I believe it was around $20 to $25. I think it was cheaper though. I think it was like around $17 or $18. But yeah, I'm not really sure. But it's around 20 bucks. So yeah, this one gives it a more, I would say, a more smoky take to it. All of them that I'm going to show you has some kind of fruit in it, but some are more mild than others. But yeah, this one is definitely, it's fruity, but this one I would believe that it's a little bit more smokier than the rest of them. So if you want a more smokier take on Louis Vuitton Nomad, then go with Alcorn Gold by Lattafa. Atomizer check. It smells a lot more richer. It's a better quality than this one. So yeah, I would definitely rate this one probably around a 7.5, to be honest. It is good. Like I said, it's going to get a little bit more smokier. It has leather, it has warm spice, it has oud, it has woody notes, amber. It's very animalic, but in a good way. It's smoky, it has patchouli, and it's a subtle sweetness to it as well. But yeah, this one is a very nice one. Longevity, it'll last for about 6 to 7 hours. Around that. This one will probably last for about 5 to 6 hours, you know, give or take. And the next one that I'm gonna go with is definitely a favorite amongst the fragrance community. This one is Shagaf Oud Elixir by Swiss Arabia. So yeah, this one, it smells very similar to this, but the only difference from this one to this one is this one is more smokier. This one is definitely a little bit sweeter. So this one has the praline in it. This one is going to have a little bit of more chocolatier notes to it and stuff like that. But yeah, it has a more of a warm, powdery chocolate vibe with that subtle sweetness in the background with that praline. So yes, but you know, all of them have a subtle sweetness to it. This one doesn't really have that much fruit. I don't think so. Yeah, it smells more well, both of them smell about the same kind of quality. I'll probably say that this one is a little bit better quality than the Latafa. Let me check and see if this has, I think it has raspberry, if I'm not mistaken. No. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this one doesn't have any fruits. No fruits at all. That's one of the big differences. It has pretty much the praline, rose, sage, and you know, oud and top, bottom, and middle notes. So yeah, this one is a little bit different with some subtle vanilla and some subtle amber and stuff like that in it. But if you want a more fruitier batch, then you will go with the Latafa. And if you want a more sweeter batch, fruitier and smokier, and then the batch for if you want it more sweeter, then you go with this one. Let me see, this one. Let me see, this one is, let me go just down to the notes real quick. Okay, so this one is King of Arabia. King of Arabia is another dupe for Louis Vuitton Nomad. So this one, it does have a subtle smokiness. I guess the leather brings it to a little bit of that smokiness. This one has orris into it, so it's a little bit of a powder nature to it. But this one has a nice dose of that raspberry. So yeah, this one, you can definitely smell the raspberry more prominent. It's definitely well balanced, to be honest. It smells very similar to this one. It smells very similar. To be honest, on the dry down, they smell pretty much almost identical. The only difference is that this one is a little bit more smokier. But yeah, that's pretty much the only difference. And this one is going to give you probably about 7 to 8 hours. And let me see, one. So yeah, that's 4. I'm gonna show you the last one. The last one is my favorite. I saved the best for last. This one is pretty much Louis Vuitton Ombré Nomad with a twist. Instead of putting raspberry into the top notes or the middle notes, this one is called Mushroof by Ard Al Safarin. Mushroof by Ard Al Safarin. This one has a signature note of blood orange. So instead of having that raspberry, you're gonna get a real nice pungent dose of that blood orange, which this one smells the best. I mean, and this one costs probably around $22, around 20 something dollars. This one smells so good. It smells like kingship. It smells like royalty, to be honest. And yeah, it smells that good. I mean, if I had to reach for any one of these right here, I'm going for this one. If I'm trying to impress somebody, if I'm trying to make a good impression, I mean, like, these do all smell good, but this one is like a solid 9. This smells hands down one of the best oud fragrances in my collection, for sure. This has fresh lavender. It has sweet orange blossom, geranium with warm earthy notes. It has vinegar, sandalwood, amber, and tonka bean. I mean, this one smells the smoothest. It smells the richest, to be honest. Something that I've pretty much never smelled before, because this one is just definitely a special case. It should be a lot more than 20 something dollars, but as long as they keep this price down, because this one is definitely one that I would repurchase. Out of all of them, to be honest, I like all of them, but I probably wouldn't buy these again, knowing that this one is out. Knowing that I can get this, I probably wouldn't get these anymore, to be honest. They definitely smell good, but there's something about the dry fruits. There's something about having dry fruits mixed in with the oud, almost like how Oud Maracuja has their passion fruit. It's something about that juicy passion fruit, in that oud, and with that leather combination. That's a beautiful combination. But then when you add, something different, like blood orange, or you add like peaches or something different, man, you get a whole nother beast of a fragrance. But definitely try this one out if you can find it.